Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Shayla. If this is your first time here. So as you can see, we are in my kitchen because today is all about the foods I eat on the keto diet. You guys have been asking for this video for so long and I thought I would just lay it all out. Literally lay out the vegetables, everything that I eat. And also just talk to you about what's changed because a lot has changed in the past month. If you guys follow me on social media, you know that listen, she's getting a little lean, okay? All right, just to fill you guys in on the past year, if you're new to my channel, I started the Ketogenic diet about 11 months ago. I think it's actually been 11 and a half months. Okay, I'm almost at my year mark, which is just like, I don't know, I feel very accomplished. But the keto diet is basically a moderate protein, low carb, very low carb, and high fat diet. And when I say high fat, I think a lot of people get scared. They're like, oh, that's not healthy. Yes, it is. It is healthy. So I eat a lot of natural fats like avocados, MCT oil, ghee right here. Oh, it's right there. This is my, ooh, I love ghee so much. It's a great source of fat. So basically the first, well, let's see, 11 months. The first 10 months, I don't want to say I was doing keto wrong, but I definitely wasn't eating enough fats. I wasn't eating enough protein. I just wasn't eating enough. So of course I lost weight because I was at like a calorie deficit and I stopped eating as much. I just wasn't eating or meeting my macro goals. So about 3.5 weeks ago, it's almost been a month, I started with Working Against Gravity. That's a nutrition coaching program, and my nutritionist, she just gave me like the tools I needed to be successful in keto. So basically now I'm tracking my macros, which means macronutrients are your proteins, your carbs, your fats, your calories. Yes, those are all macronutrients. So that's what macros are. I know a lot of people are like, what are macros? What are macros? So when I first started on keto, I used the Keto Diet app, but I didn't really understand that, like, oh, they're telling me that I need to eat 185 or 95 grams of fat. In my mind, I was like, okay, let me not go over that number. I didn't realize, like, no, you have to reach that number. So you need to eat whatever it takes to meet your macronutrient goal. So when I first started with my nutritionist, I was at about 30 grams of carbs and then I was losing weight too rapidly. I think I was losing weight at like 1.67 pounds a week and that's just too fast. So she brought my carbs up to 40 grams. So now I feel like 40 grams is so easy now. I'm like, oh, eating 40 grams is nothing. At first it was definitely hard, but I eat 40 grams of carbs that come from vegetables. So no flour, you guys, no flour, no rice, no wheat, none of that. So right now, like I said, I'm doing 40 grams of carbs, a little over 175 grams of fat, and about 100 grams of protein, which is a lot more than what I was eating before I started with the nutritionist. So that's one of the biggest adjustments I guess I've made in the past month. And I think one of the hardest things for me just on this diet is getting enough fat in. Like you really do need to add MCT oil to everything. You need to cook with butter. You just really need to make sure that every meal has you know, a lot of fat in it. Getting my macros in is definitely easier said than done, but I use an app called MyFitnessPal and it actually sends all of my daily logs and my daily macros to my nutritionist so she can look at what I'm eating and kind of figure out what adjustments need to be made so I can help or so that she can help me reach my goals. So right now, my goal really is just to, I want to lean out. I just want to get super fit. So I hate saying like, oh, I want to lose 5 pounds because I might not lose 5 pounds. I might look like I lose 5 pounds. I might lose body fat. So I'm not super focused on like the number. I'm just really focused on getting my body, you know, to be as fit as possible, and just be super lean. You know, I want to be able to eat a little bit more carbs because I think once you, I don't know for sure, but I think once you kind of lean out a little bit more, you get a little carb increase. I don't know. I just want my body to just feel and look its best. All right, so let's just jump right into the foods I eat every single day. And yes, I do eat the same thing every day. I think it makes tracking easier. I literally plug in the same food from the day before, and the app does everything for you. You know, I think it's kind of hard when you try and think of new meals every single day, and it takes up so much time. So really, I just eat and drink pretty much the same thing I change a couple things, but I pretty much eat and drink the same thing every single day. I think in probably like 2 or 3 weeks I'll change it. I think that's kind of like my general comfort zone. Like I'll eat the same thing for a month and then switch it a little bit and then eat the same thing for the next month. I know, it just works for me. Okay, so let's just start with what I eat for breakfast. So before I go to the gym, I have a cup of coffee, black coffee with stevia. I do intermittent fasting, which means I fast for 16 hours. It's usually 16 to 18 hours every single day, or 5 days a week, I should say. And so when you're fasting, you can have coffee, you can have stevia, you can have water, you can have tea, and that's it. So I work out, or I do a fasted workout, I should say. So yeah, I have coffee before my workout, and then when I come home, I have another cup of coffee. I know, it's just 2 cups a day. It's just 2 cups a day. I have another cup of coffee and I add a tablespoon of MCT oil because I need to get my fats in. And then I love this. This is called Power Creamer. This actually has MCT oil in it. It has ghee in it. It has stevia in it. It's just like, I just double up. It's just a really super fatty coffee and I love how it tastes. A lot of people don't like it. They don't like the taste of ghee, but I love it. So yeah, that is kind of like my first meal of the day. So I usually wait about an hour between my coffee, my fatty coffee, and my first, well, I guess it's my second meal of the day. The coffee is, I think, like 250 calories. So it's kind of a meal, you know? So I wait about an hour, and during that hour, I like to prep and kind of fill in my nutrients for the day. That way I'm never gonna be off track and I kind of just know how my day's gonna go. So if I'm at home, I'll just sit there and I'll be like, okay, I'll plug in everything for the day based off what I ate yesterday. Or I'll add some things like, oh, okay, I wanna add cheese. So how can I add cheese without going over my macro count? So that usually means taking like maybe a little bit of protein out from dinner or whatever the case is. It's almost like math. You just gotta like take a little thing, you know, take a little something away, add a little something so you can really just enjoy your day and eat what you want. So while I'm waiting for my coffee to digest, I make a fat bomb. If you guys are on keto, you know what a fat bomb is. So Katie, you guys know Katie, she's my keto sister. We started keto together. She actually told me about collagen. Let me show you. So collagen is kind of like it's like a protein boost and collagen peptides. So it's just really good for you and it adds a little bit of protein. So you mix this with whipping cream. Okay, she gave me this recipe and I was just like, whipping cream, like heavy cream, you know? So you mix this with heavy cream and this is salted caramel. It's so good. And it just gives you like a little like dessert. It just gets to your sweet craving. Like even talking about it right now, it just makes me like so excited. So she told me about that and I was like, what if I add cream cheese to it? You know, so now I make this fat bomb and this is what it looks like frozen. I know it doesn't look cute, but I call it keto ice cream and basically it's whipping cream, cream cheese, collagen, okay, and sometimes I'll add MCT oil to it to give it even more fat because I need to get my fat in for the day because my body's using fat for energy and I work out every day. Like I need it. So it's just like even thinking about it, it's just so good. So before I get into breakfast, which is, it's like one of my favorite meals of the day. It's the biggest meal of the day. It's like half of my day is in my breakfast. I want to talk to you guys about cashews because I love cashews so much. I love cashew butter. I love it. And I think, you know, for most of us, we're like, oh, cashews, they're healthy. They're good for you. I can have as many as I want. Same with almonds. No. No. Okay, I got caught up eating cashews, like a red cup. You know, the little red cup? I used to fill it with cashews, eat that every day. And that was probably, how many cashews was that? Probably 500 calories worth. Like this much cashews. Like this little itty bitty, like a handful could be 200 calories. Freaking like 10 grams of carbs, and it just adds up like that. So make sure that if you guys are trying to lose weight or even if you're on keto, make sure you're weighing and measuring your nuts because they will catch up on you, okay? Catch up to you, catch up on you, catch up to you. They catch up, okay? And sometimes they end up on your thighs or your love handles. So all of my meals that I'm talking about today are meals that I eat when I'm at home. I work from home, I film, I'm always home. So if I'm not at home, it definitely changes. I'll usually have a protein shake. That's when maybe I'll bring cashews with me. I'll weigh everything out. But these are mainly like my meals when I'm home and I'm able to cook. So if you're not able to cook, you definitely have to prep the night before. Like one day I was gone all day and I literally brought I felt like I brought a little refrigerator because I brought all my meals with me. And I kept them cool, and that was just, this is my life now. All right, so breakfast, like I was saying, favorite meal of the day. I usually do ground beef because ground beef has a lot of fat. And I do like organic grass-fed beef. So I do that with 3 to 4 eggs. It just depends on, what's going on for the day. If I want a little more protein for dinner, I'll kind of scale back on the eggs or scale back on the ground beef. But ground beef, eggs, kale, green bell peppers, sometimes cheese. Most days it's not cheese, but sometimes I'll add cheese and avocado, and that's usually my breakfast, and it takes up like an entire plate. It's huge. And you have to remember I'm coming off of a fast, so I'm usually like a little bit more hungry in the morning, which is why I have such a big breakfast. Oh, I love breakfast so much. So the green vegetables that I usually stick with for breakfast or dinner are kale, spinach, and recently I started adding more bell peppers because my nutritionist, her name is Adi, she actually told me, she's like, you are not meeting your carb goal, and that could be why you're hungry. Like the first couple weeks, I was so hungry. I was just like, I felt tired, I felt a little hungry, so she increased my carbs, and she's like, eat bell peppers, eat cucumbers, eat vegetables that are a little bit higher in carbs. That way you won't feel hungry and you'll just feel satisfied. So that's kind of like where I stay at, I don't venture off and try new things. I'm very much a Virgo in that I like order. I like things to be consistent. I like structure. I'm like, everything needs to be the same. It just makes it easier for me. So kale, spinach, bell peppers, cauliflower even, best friends. I love them. That's always the vegetable choice. Okay, so usually after I eat breakfast, about an hour, I'll wait an hour, let my food digest. I'll have my fat bomb that I was telling you guys about, my keto ice cream that I just love so much. It's like the one thing I look forward to. I sound like hella keto right now when I'm talking about this, but it really is like the one thing I really look forward to every single day. Like, oh, it's just so good. So I'll have my fat bomb, and then it just depends on if I'm filming or what my day looks like. Sometimes I'll have a second snack, maybe an hour later after I have my keto ice cream. I'll have like cucumbers with like vegan, sugar-free ranch, or I won't have a snack and I'll just jump right into dinner at around 4 o'clock. I know it sounds early, so it just depends on like my mood and if I'm busy. If I have time, I'll have the 2 snacks, the ice cream and then the cucumbers. But if I'm really busy, then I'll just have a larger dinner, does that make sense? That makes sense? I know this video is just like so much talking, but I just have so much information to give you guys, and I really want you to know like exactly how my day goes and what I eat and the order that I eat it, because it is important. You know what I'm saying? All right, so I had coffee before my workout. I had coffee after my workout with the fat in it. I had breakfast. I had my ice cream. There's actually a lot of food now that I'm thinking about it. I had my cucumbers as a snack. And then for dinner usually depends on like what I ate throughout the day. Typically dinner is like a little bit lighter, and I like to eat around 4 o'clock because, like I said, I fast. I love fasting. It makes me feel great. Like I feel like I wake up and my stomach is like, like I'm like, flat. So typically for dinner, I'll do either ground beef again, or I'll do salmon, or I'll do chicken. I'll do bell peppers with Parmesan cheese. Parmesan cheese, you guys, like roasted bell peppers or sauteed bell peppers with Parmesan cheese, just literally just like melts my heart. So that'll be my dinner, and I'll add avocado. Is that all that I eat? Or sometimes I'll do kale, avocado. It's kind of like almost similar to breakfast, except without the eggs, now that I think about it. Yeah, I kind of just eat the same thing all day. I'm all. look at that. So it's actually time for me to eat dinner. I want you guys to see what I'm about to make. Typically, I plug in everything like I told you into the app. So I just go back into the app and make sure that I'm hitting all of my macros so I don't go over. So today I'm gonna have chicken breast, avocado, ghee, bell peppers, and Parmesan cheese, and that's gonna be my last meal of the day. Also, meeting your macro goals doesn't mean that you hit 0 on everything. It means that you're plus or minus 5 grams, within 5 grams. So I don't beat myself up. Like today, I went over my calories by 6 grams, which really is nothing. I didn't meet my carbs by 3 grams. I went over my fat by 1 gram. So that's like not a big deal. To me, this is kind of like a perfect day, you know? All right, so I already measured everything. We're just gonna saute some bell peppers. Gonna add Mrs. Dash, a lot of it. My salt, my favorite salt. This salt is bomb. I know, it's kind of like a lot of salt. And I'm just gonna saute this on low. All right, now I'm gonna add 3 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese, and 1 tablespoon is in the chicken, and we're just gonna heat that up. Oh, I don't think 3 will fit. I'm gonna put a little bit on here, let it sit, turn down the heat, and then the rest of the Parmesan I'm gonna add with the chicken. I know this doesn't look very good. It's basically ghee, Parmesan, and chicken that I need to heat up, but you know, this meal prep for you. You just add the ingredients, heat it up. Ooh, doesn't this look good? I feel like only people who are on keto probably think it looks good. It looks so bomb to me. I need to eat this. It's time to eat. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You literally saw everything that I eat in a day. I think it'll probably change in a couple of weeks, but yeah, that's everything. Just a really quick reminder, if you're doing keto, make your macro goals. I know sometimes it seems like a lot, but I've noticed a huge difference since I started with a nutritionist, and I've actually been eating more. You will reach your goal. I know it's scary because we're like taught like, oh, eat less, lose weight. No, sometimes it's eat more, lose weight. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment below, subscribe, and last but not least, shred and slay. Why are you all up in my face? Butter with Parmesan. Still good. Don't look at me like that. I'm like, can you tell I'm hungry? I'm like freaking starving right now. Tell me if you ever see like any deflects or anything. I was like sucking in for like an hour. You think people like the video?
Yeah, I believe so.
I'm just, yeah, macros. Cut it. 3 to 4 liters a day. 3 of these a day.
What's it called?
I don't know. Ultima, Replenisher, Amazon.com. Was that cute? I should be getting those for free. Shoot, as much as I talk about them. Do people do that in real life when they film? They just like stay tense?
Mm-hmm. Especially if they show them like that. Most time people put a shirt on.
Are you saying?
No, I mean like I'm saying like you have something on. I'm saying something that goes from chest down, but it's fine.
Should I put something different on?
No.
Like, does it look good? Or should I put different pants on that don't like this?
Probably.
You know, how do I look?
Like $1 million. You want to talk a little bit louder?
I feel like an air bubble in my stomach. Probably gonna be moving like this. Oh, you want me to test?
Say test or balls out?
Balls out.
Balls in?
Balls in.
Balls up.
Balls up.
Hold them up.
Why would you hold them up?